Donald Trump's character is now being called into further question after tapes of him speaking quite candidly and disgustingly about women have been made public. And this was taken from a conversation that he had with, I believe it was Brian Bush, and how, utterly disgusting his conduct towards women actually was. And they're saying, this is it. This will be the death of his campaign. And this shows what a truly sexist person he really is. Have you just not been watching the rest of the election? Like, somehow this revelation is like a huge thing. I mean, have you not listened to everything that he's said since the day that he decided to run for office? He is sexist. There's no question about that. He doesn't actually perceive anything being wrong with that. This is no new information. And in fact, I don't think this is going to hurt him at all. Not going to be good for him, but I don't think it's going to make really much of a difference. I mean, this is Donald Trump. It's like accusing him of being racist. Like that's supposed to hurt him. The people who support him are racist. And they know they're racist. This isn't... That's not something you can shame them with. For a lot of what is Republicans, they're closeted about their racism. They're pretty open about it, but they won't admit it. The people who support Trump and Trump himself are outright there, in public, saying it, doing it, believing it, living it. So when you call them racist, you're really not insulting them. You're really just, that's like calling me a commie. Yeah, I am. That doesn't mean anything. That's not an insult. That's just an acknowledgement of truth. You can't shame Donald Trump because he doesn't really believe that he's doing anything wrong. You can't shame the guy for his sexist or racist actions because those are him and he supports doing that. That's his personality. So it's not going to work. I mean, on what grounds do you think that this is possibly going to really hurt him all that much or even shame him? And then he turns around and puts out a quote where calling Bill Clinton a rapist. I mean, if you're talking about terribly sexist men who take advantage of power positions, well, that would be Bill Clinton as well. But what does that even really matter? I mean, why is he even responding and saying this is how bad Bill Clinton is? Of course he is. He's probably just as bad, if not maybe even worse, but at least equally as bad. And then people turn around and they start defending like Hillary Clinton, like she's saying everything because she's not like him. It's like Hillary Clinton is still an imperialist warmonger. She is basically a Republican in Democrat clothing. It's utterly insane to me how people can't see that. The whole fight between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton is a farce. You have, in a manner of speaking, two Satans pointing fingers at each other and calling each other the worst. They're both incredibly bad. This isn't even like a lesser of two evils. This is basically almost like an equal two evils. The whole thing is a gigantic farce. If you're talking about numbers of people killed, well, yeah, Hillary Clinton would win that one. And never mind, the people who have been killed, like the person who leaked the information about her health, the guy who leaked stuff to WikiLeaks, him being dead, and other people in the past. Those lives are pretty insignificant compared to the millions who have suffered as a result of U.S. foreign policy. This comes down to that same old thing. What, do you want Trump to win? They're both bad. Your vote doesn't matter. Well, like the old saying, if your vote meant anything, they would make voting illegal. The whole thing here is they're really trying to push this false debate between Trump and Hillary Clinton, and a lot of Marxists are falling for it. They're pointing about how bad Donald Trump is. He's a racist, he's sexist, all of which is true. But you're forgetting the part where this is bourgeois parliamentarism. It doesn't really matter. The whole system is a fraud to begin with. They continue to go along with this lesser of two evils thing when they are supposed to be advocating destroying the system completely. They're supposed to be building revolution against the system, not continually pushing the false choice. And when you're saying stuff like, well, anybody but Trump, and you're pretty much pushing that. When you're still trying to bash Trump over Clinton, you're still pushing that false choice. And that's something that's still going on here. I mean, we're getting pretty close to the federal election now. And the closer it gets, the more people forget that this isn't a real choice. If you are a Republican or you are a Democrat, I mean, you've already chosen and decided to believe that the election is real anyway. I'm talking to the people who should know better. I'm talking to the people who would say that they know this is bourgeois parliamentarism and that there is no choice for the people, only a choice for the bourgeoisie. I don't know why first worldists are continuing to go on about this. It doesn't matter. Trying to make one look worse than the other, or criticizing one and then not criticizing the other for the same thing, it's still continually pushing this idea that there's a real choice there. Well, this is certainly false. There is no real choice. I'm just repeating myself at this point, because people keep falling for it and they keep doing it. You have to stop pushing this lesser of two evils thing or anybody but Trump thing and start focusing on building revolution. Point out how the system is a fraud, not how one candidate is worse than another. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.